Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. I'm here to share with you some information about Effasol. So for those of you who are not familiar, Effasol is L'Oréal Professionnel's gentle color remover that can be used in the first phase of color correction. So right now we're all back in the salon and we may have had some guests who have done some at-home hair color. We also may have some guests who have waited for us for the last 2 months and have more outgrowth than they usually would when they're coming in for their next service. So our approach to these appointments is likely to be a little bit different than it used to be. Number one, because we're not just looking at 1/2 to 1 inch of new growth at the base, but we're also looking at now a mid-shaft section that could create banding or hot roots if we don't approach it in the right way. So step one, during your virtual consultation, make sure that you identify the sensitivity and condition of the hair to determine the degree and the method of corrective color that will be necessary. When you're conducting your corrective color consult, you also want to exercise a more in-depth consultation. Ask them what they've been using. What have they been doing? Have they allowed it just to fade out since the last time they came in? Have they been using at-home hair color? Have they pulled that color through the mid-lengths and ends? Is their color at the mid-lengths and ends where they desire it to be, or is there some shifting that needs to happen there? And this will help to identify what the next step will absolutely be. When you're having your consultation, first of all, establish a realistic target shade. So this is going to help you to determine if you need to use Effasol or if maybe you're just going to change your formulation. Next, you want to explain the number of visits necessary to reach their goal. You want to discuss the investment. So it's been 2 to 3 months since I've seen you last, and in regular circumstances, I would have seen you once or twice in the meantime. So the investment at this visit may be slightly more than what you would anticipate at a normal visit. But this is the investment for today, and moving forward, it will be maintenance again. Schedule ample time for your service. Identify the sensitivity and porosity of the hair, and prescribe continued care, treatments, and at-home regimen. So this is very important, and I also like to include this in that investment and budget conversation to make sure that they know that this is what we're going to achieve in this many visits, and this is what you have to do on your end to make sure that those results stay the same and that they're consistent. So, how do I use Effasol, you ask? Thank you for asking. I'd love to share some information with you. So first of all, let's talk about a light cleanse just to remove a little bit of color. So while you're conducting your consultation, you may discover that your client just has some unwanted tones residual in the hair, or they're incompatible with what the end result is that you're looking for. So this may be due to home hair color. The color might be muddy and or flat. It might lack tone or clarity, and there might be uneven deposit of color. So in this case, we would do a light cleanse. A light cleanse consists of mixing 1 package of Effasol with 4 ounces of hot water, and then 2 to 3 pumps of your post shampoo. You will apply this quickly to the mid-lengths and ends, and you will emulsify gently until all of that unwanted tone is eliminated. You'll massage the product into the hair using your hands, so the heat of your hands will help to promote the accelerated removal of the color in your hair. And you're going to work it for about 4 to 5 minutes. You'll rinse thoroughly and shampoo with post shampoo, and then dry the hair thoroughly with a cool dryer, and now the hair will be ready for the next phase in hair color. So what if you need a little bit more than a light cleanse? I'm so glad you asked. So the next step will just be a cleanse. So this is going to be if we need to remove depth. Maybe the guest has 1 or more levels darker than the shade that they would like to achieve. They've done some home hair color, have muddy or flat hair color, lacking tone or clarity, uneven deposit of color, or color, again, that is 1 or more shade darker than the target level they would like to achieve. So how do you do a cleanse? Great question. You mix 1 package of Effasol with 2 ounces of hot water. You will apply to the darkest areas first, massaging it in with your hands. The heat from your hands will accelerate the removal, and you're going to work the product for 1 to 20 minutes, depending on how much we need to remove in this step. You will rinse thoroughly and shampoo with post-shampoo, and then dry with a cool dryer so that when the hair is dry, you're ready to proceed with your next step. Now, what if that isn't quite enough, or you need a little bit more power to lift through that color that lives in the hair? Great question. So the next option we have for color out is a deep cleanse. In the deep cleanse, this is designed for hair that is resistant or really too dark. So always recommend a cleanse before a deep cleanse. So that way you may get just enough using the cleanse. So this is your last step in getting out more of that unwanted pigment. So this is going to be used when you have uneven deposit of tones, extreme home hair color buildup, color that is several levels darker than the desired shade, and when a cleanse is not enough. So how do you do this? You mix 1 package of Effasol with 2.5 ounces of Magie Creme 20 or 30 volume. You're going to apply to the darkest areas first, massage the product into the hair with your gloved hands. Secure the new growth area with strips of cotton in between each parted Effasol section. So this is going to help to ensure that the deep cleanse does not affect as much the natural new growth. Once the desired underlying pigment is reached, rinse thoroughly and shampoo with post-shampoo. It may be necessary to repeat this step. Once you have completed that and you've shampooed your final time with post-shampoo, you will dry the hair thoroughly with a cool dryer, and then the hair will be ready to be recolored for its final step. I hope this has been helpful. Tune in next time where I will show a before and after and the process of mixing your Effasol. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Have a great day.